The whole thing was her ball.
Yeah, I don't know how you can. Well, I know how she can do it. She just seems to keep pushing things out of her responsibility, as a poor leader would do. A good leader takes responsibility for their actions.
Right.
They own up to it. They don't push it aside to their subordinates. They don't say, well, you know what, I'm in charge, but not really. That's not
Right.
how it works.
I mean, she was
And
the
that's
one,
exactly what she's doing.
and we know from this, she was the one who, when Chris Stevens was reaching out saying, look, everybody else is getting their embassies and big consulates, they're shutting doors and their people are getting out here. Can we at least maybe get some of their barricades? And she was the one who turned that down.
And it was her and Patrick Kennedy and Charlene Lamb, all that chain of command, even from Eric Nordstrom from Tripoli 6 months prior, their RSO, the regional security officer. It was a long line of requests that had gone on for months. I'd been in Libya, Tripoli, and Benghazi off and on for the 6 months during my deployment. So I'd seen the requests and I've seen the denials as well. And I saw the frustration from the State Department guys completely getting turned down. And it does. The buck stops always at the top. Success or failure of any operation, success or failure of any operation, mission, so forth, falls on the highest chain of command, period. And she was the highest chain of command.
Is she just hoping to capitalize maybe on some people not knowing exactly what the chain of command was? Because I mean, I remember even the IG report saying her reckless behavior. So much of this is her reckless behavior, because that's how the whole email scandal started, was investigation into Benghazi, and then there's the whole stand down order. I mean, this had to come from somewhere. These orders and these denials for increased security didn't materialize out of thin air.
No, they come from her, and again, they come from her immediate subordinate, right on down the line. And when it comes down to it, it is her responsibility. And her saying that those reports or those independent reviews, hey, they're not independent reviews if they're picked by her peers. She picked them. Those are her peers that did those reviews and came up with nothing. Of course, you're going to come up with nothing on her because they are her minions. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And I've seen that for the last 2 years, and it disgusts me, and it continues to disgust me that people continue to believe her. But you're right. It comes from down to ignorance, not knowing what chain of command is. And unless you're in the military or in some sort of government service, or you're with a good corporation that adheres to a chain of command, you won't know. And you're going to believe the BS that she keeps spinning, and you're going to keep being manipulated by her. And guys like myself aren't, because we know what chain of command is and we know what responsibility is.
And I think that helps so much in trying to stop that narrative she wants to bulldoze through.
Yeah.
She's saying that none of these reports reached me. None of these security reports came to my attention. She, Tonto, she was just completely ignorant in all of this. Poor little innocent Hillary Clinton. She had no idea.
And what does that say to you as a leader? So when she's president and there's a problem, we are at DEFCON 5 and we've got a nuclear war coming, and she's like, well, I didn't get that memo. Is that what we want as a president? It's either way, she's at fault. Whether she takes responsibility for it, which is what she should do, she's still at fault because she's let it go for so long, or she can keep just going down this rabbit hole and keep making it worse and worse for her. And guys like myself and veterans like myself and guys that know are going to keep coming at her. We're not going away. We're like pit bulls. We're going to hold on to this thing until the very end. And if that means when I'm 90, then that's when it's going to be. But I'm not letting this go.
And we're so grateful that you do, because otherwise it would just be Hillary Clinton and her campaign and her people saying, well, this is just, what did they call it? They called it a quote unquote phony scandal. And I thought, well, I think that the guys who were actually there, that wasn't make-believe. That wasn't all make-believe. That was, you guys went through some really serious stuff brought on by the lack of leadership there in the State Department.
Yes, ma'am. And if they want to see the coffin pictures that I took on that C-17 when we were flying out of Tripoli to see how real it was, when I was sitting there on my cell phone looking at Bub, looking at Ty, looking at Sean, looking at the ambassadors' caskets on that C-17 flown by Eric Stahl, I've got them on my phone. I'll be happy to send them to you to show how real that actually was that night.